I'm MDW here from Getdatables podcast. We're live every Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Tuesdays, Raw and SmackDown Review. Friday, Impact Watch Party. And Saturday, Rumors in the Window Show. I'm here today with Elijah Proctor, the son of light. Tell the people about yourself, Elijah. How you came up with it. Firstly, how do you come up with the name Son of Light? I feel like that's cool.
Um, well, Son of Light is one that I am actually not using at the moment. Um, that was one that I was using when it was a couple months ago. It was the Son of Light was a was a was a state of mind that I was in that I was trying to get out. To the mass, if you will. From my point of view, it was just trying to uh, put out the fact that I was a person that would no matter what no matter what, given the situation, always try and do the right thing, no matter how dark the situation would be. Uh, and I believe that just kind of led through with my promo work back then. But now I'm actually going under the name the Widow's Son.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too, but when you were called the Son of Light, did you have like a set goal? Like, did it go from like wherever you were for each show, you would keep on going, and then you would try to like keep telling the story, and that it would be like, or was it like you go here, you say this, and somewhat the same thing, with a little different, and next week you'll go there, do the same thing, or it's somewhat different?
Um, yeah, with the Son of Light thing, I had like an also like another thing with that. I would say like walk by the light, and I wanted people to like to walk with me with this journey. I felt like I wanted people to walk with me on this journey that I was on, like this brand new journey, if you will, because I mean I'm still fairly new in professional wrestling. So um, that's just where that part of it came from me. Like that's the story that I would be telling at shows. Is like, walk with me, follow me, that kind of thing.
Oh, I feel you. Did you like? Was there like a certain like when you were in a gimmick? Was there like a certain story you try to tell throughout the match? Like you were saying, "Oh, this guy's not the guy." Like whoever you're wrestling, he's not the guy. Look at me. Would you like keep trying to feed it into it? Keep talking like trash talking or whatever. Not trash talking, more like enlightening, in like your character's way, enlightening the crowd throughout the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I was doing that, but I didn't do it in the sense of trash talking. I did it sometimes in that sense, but I more so as a person in the ring do it more so in keeping the other person down. Like when I got them down, like I try and keep them grounded. So I'm the thing. I'm what everyone's looking at and I am what everyone's paying attention to in that moment. So they have to listen to me. So like whenever I get a chance to say something, they have to listen because I'm the one that's up.
I totally feel that. Did you wrestle like a more of a ground and pound style?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I used to, man. Now I'm implementing some I wouldn't say high flying, but it's just definitely some uh more athletic stuff into my game. But yeah, my former style was definitely striking and ground and pound.
Are you like which one do you prefer, like striking, ground and pound, or like do you prefer a healthy mix? I'm sure, like do a little here, but do enough to get the crowd
Yeah.
interested.
My honestly, man, my favorite thing is I would say like counter striking, like just reversing, like knowing an opponent to the extent where I can reverse their moves and hit them with a strike out of nowhere. that kind of thing that dazes them, and then that opens up so many windows for me. So that's a favorite thing of mine. I mean, like I in ground and pound, I don't really get on the on the ground with them too much. I just kind of I stand up and pound them, but like yeah, that's what I would say with the sorry, like I was sorry, go ahead, sorry.
But no, it was just asking. Okay, but like, do you ever try to like? You see a lot of guys do now a lot of like super kicks or whatever. You are not like trying to do like that because there are a lot of guys are like that. Like a lot of people like to call them like mean words like vanilla midgets, and I don't like to call people that, but they're like they look the same and whatever. And they do try to do like to imitate the same moves, but I'm like, if it's getting over, I guess you can do it. But how do you feel on that?
Well, I have never thrown a super kick in my life, so there's that. Um, I don't I try to stay out of the box as much as possible um with my move set, so I stay away from stuff like that, like you say, becoming one of those that are just another one that come in and copy moves or just like throw 1,000 super kicks or whatever. I mean, if you can throw a good one, then it is what it is. Then by all means throw that. But it almost everybody can do it now. So it's just like I love the thinking outside the box. Like, man, what am I gonna do to try to be different? I love that.
Well, like, do you ever sit down in a room and just try to like write down all the gimmicks and ideas you can think of, and try to like see how you would do it, would it work, like all that?
Oh yeah, I'm always thinking of different character ideas or different ideas that I think would work. I actually for not too long, like about a year and a half ago, I did a different character, and I never really made social media for it or anything like that. But yeah, I did a completely different character than what I'm doing now for like for a couple months, but I just couldn't get into it. What I'm doing now is what I feel is me.
Tell me about your current gimmick. Tell me about it. What is it, the widow's son?
Yeah, the widow's son. So basically, it's I mean, in the name itself is just the name. It's I am a widow's son. I grew up the son of a widow. I mean, but it's the character in and of itself is just bitter, a bitter being that's just been dragged down by society and just keeps getting buried under the odds time and time again. But somehow seems to connive a way to get out of those odds.
Tell me about the time that you did the five-way scramble match. You remember that match you did?
Um, I've done a couple of five-way scrambles. Which one? Or do you, was it
The one with it was the one where the they didn't they said it was gonna be a five-way, but till the most of the match was actually a four-way until the
oh
person yeah that
yes. If you're referring to this, if you saw it on YouTube, I believe this was at one of the freight train shows here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was me. Yeah, I'm familiar with this match. It was me versus Giovanni Cruz versus Ian Maxwell versus Sleaze, and then Caleb Conley ended up entering himself into the match.
nice little match. I feel like, do you plan on working with that company any more time down the line? Have you worked with them anytime since that match?
Yeah, actually since that match, that
You cut out for a
um is actually $5 rep. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Can you hear me good? All right. Um, yeah, that company that was for was actually $5 wrestling. Um, basically, the gentleman that runs that, Jake Manning, he basically will now $5 wrestling used to just be um just $5 wrestling wrestlers on the card and that'd be it. But now with since $5 wrestling takes place at the um arena in which I train, um Jake, who is one of my trainers, actually like usually puts like one non $5 match on the card, and I've been on a couple of those shows since that match actually. Uh, in one, I wrestled Lucky Ali, and then in the other, I actually wrestled one of the gentlemen in that match, Giovanni Cruz, singles.
Would you say your experience there was mostly positive, no problems, no nothing you can gripe about? Anything you want to criticize on the promotion was all great.
Oh, absolutely not, man. I love being there. Honestly, it's those it's just a fun time being at that show, man. To be honest with you, it's just like $5 wrestling shows are a good time. Like they just did the Joe Janela versus Jeff Hart thing like this past Thursday here.
Jeff Hardy?
I'm sorry, it
You
kind of
say
cut out
Jeff?
for a second.
Do you say Jeff Hardy?
Yeah, Jeff Hart. He's Jeff the Hitman Hart. He's a $5 wrestling superstar, man.
When they hear $5 wrestling, I just think of like you pay your $5, you come in there and it's just chaos. Like there's no line. You say what you want to say, you do what you want to do. Is that accurate?
I mean, hey, it kind of is like that, but yeah. I mean, it you almost hit the nail on the head. You can kind of do whatever you want in there.
Now, for me, what is one thing from your years of wrestling? What's one thing you've learned from the indies? Like most people that think they know the business will like probably not know. Not the common fan will not know this. And tell me about the evolution of the indies in a little bit of time you've been wrestling. Not in the indies, the independent circuit, like wrestling. How's it changed and the culture of it?
Um, so how's it changed? So you're saying how's it changed since I've been in?
Yeah, like from what your perspective, how's it changed?
Um, I mean, honestly, there's just there's more there's more of indie wrestling out there now, I would say. There's more companies, there's more startup companies happening, more successful startup companies happening than there were. When I first started, there was a lot of companies that would just come and go, like it would start up and kind of fade off very quickly. But now there's a lot of companies that are starting up and then keeping it up, and that's very good to see. And and I don't mean by that like the top tier uh indies. I just mean like I see it locally, and even semi-locally, like in just in like the southeast, I see it. Um, but I would also say, hmm, I had another point that I lost it in the midst of thinking or spitting that out there. Um,
Wrestling in like Southeast, like up near North Carolina. What's the style up there? Because it's not like with Charlotte, North Carolina, like people know the Ric Flair, like woo, but then you got the Hardy Boys who are more hardcore. So it's like Charlotte really doesn't like wrestling wise doesn't really have like a identity. But you think of it like hard. You think of old school, but is it really old school right now?
um, I mean, yeah, in a sense it is. I mean, I think like the Charlotte area, or like North Carolina, we're kind of keeping it old school in a sense. I mean, it's just like our style really is character work and that kind of thing in the ring and and most of the and I'd say the other thing about our style here is just promo work. Like all the people around this area really push out promos and stuff like that, all that content. Like just really, I'd say, yeah, like just the people around here really just all around develop their characters, I would say.
Who trained you? Like, who trained you, and what were the things they tried to? You say they tried to install promos and whatever. The first day that you went to wrestle school, what was the first thing they taught you, and what were your biggest takeaways from your first day?
Um, Sorry, it cut out right there at the end. You said what would I take away from my first
What
day?
was the first thing they taught you, and what were your biggest takeaways, like from your first day of training?
Um, well, my trainer is George South, um, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, at High Spots Wrestling School. But it's actually George South Pro Wrestling School. He owns it. But anyways, the first thing that he taught me was to shut up. And I'd honestly say like that was the best thing that I could have taken away from that first thing that he taught me is to just shut up and listen because like that has helped me more in my short time than anything.
Just shut up and listen, alright? So,
Yeah, pretty
have,
much.
have you worked for any like big, like let's say like top 10 promotions, like a Ring of Honor, not even Ring of Honor, like more like MLW, but not MLW Wrestle Circus, any of those, or have you had like contact with?
Um, no, the only like the only thing that I've done like top promotion wise, indies would be I've done a dark match for CZW about a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago now. Um, that was really it. There and I've there's a local company here that's pretty big in the south, like I'd say they're pretty big in the southeast and they've got like a small working relationship with New Japan, and it's a premier wrestling experience. I worked with them for a while, but I have not worked with them in about 8 months to a year. Just kind of wanted to explore other avenues and see what else is out there.
Do you feel like the style like a CZW? Do you see yourself doing stuff like that, like a little bit of hardcore stuff, whatever?
Hardcore, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would think I would go as far as barbed wire, um, and everything below that. I think barbed wire is probably where my threshold is, or maybe thumbtacks. I could do thumbtacks, possibly.
And speaking of hardcore, you say you wrestled a ladder match this past Saturday. How did that match go?
Yeah, sure did. It was a ladder match against a gentleman named Leo Pride. It did not go as planned. I came up short in the end of the match, but overall, um, I mean, no injuries from the match, just really sore. So I'll take that as a plus. Um, and and I got some really good feedback on it actually, from a gentleman that I look up to. So um, in wrestling, so it was a I would say it was a good match in the end, in hindsight.
Even though you lost, but like, so I'm guessing that's not going to be the last ladder match you'll do, even though you're sore.
Oh no, that'll that'll definitely not be the last ladder match that I'm in. That was it was way too much fun. I had I just I've never gotten to just ram somebody into a ladder and just slam them on it a couple times real nice like, and man, it's a good feeling. I don't know if you've ever done that, but good feeling.
Ladder matches, like some people feel like ladder matches might be one of the most dangerous matches in all of pro wrestling because you could literally break your neck with some of the spots. And people like to say that the ease WWE saw when WWE does a ladder match, I I feel unsafe for the wrestlers in those matches.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that you could literally break your neck in a ladder match. I was at a show not too long ago, and a guy actually broke his back in a ladder match. Um, so I definitely had that risk right there in the back of my mind throughout throughout that whole match. It's definitely something that you really can't avoid thinking about.
Uh, where do you see the widow's son, Elijah Proctor, in 5 years in professional wrestling?
5 years in professional wrestling, I see myself, I just see myself well traveled at that point. I I haven't been as good about traveling out there and getting myself out there this past year and a half or so. Um, really just can't make any more excuses. I just got to get out there and get get traveled. I don't want to. I don't. I'll be honest with you. Like a lot of guys would put that on themselves and say like I'm gonna be signed in 5 years or whatnot. I don't want to put that on myself, man. I'm going to try and get well traveled and get as much experience in this as possible. And if that comes, then cool. But I'm not going to try to rush that. You know what I mean?
I fully understand. I know what you mean. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm gonna be here, here, and there," but you're all the way down there. And we've seen people do
Yeah,
this for 20 years and not go anywhere, which is fine. Professional wrestling is just like every form of everything in the entertainment business. A lot of people don't make it, but it's about the journey, and I hope everyone gets what they want out of it. Because not everyone's professional wrestling. Professional wrestling is a very rare entertainment form. With that being said, thank you for coming on and talking to us. I hope you check out the podcast, check out the YouTube channel, and etc. And I hope to get you on here for a follow up, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whenever you're free.
absolutely. I would love to. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to make myself known to the mass.
Right? MDW from Getdatables podcast live every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Tuesdays, Raw and SmackDown review. Friday, Impact Watch Party. And Saturday, Rumors and In the Window show.